So now that you know the basics for editing, it's time to set up our foundation for the video, which is our interview. So you can see here I have the interview clip selected, and I'm going to select the best portions or the best takes out of this raw interview clip and then transfer them over to the sequence. Now, it's easier, and I recommend doing this, just click the audio wavelength and you can see the audio wavelength of this whole clip. And it's easier to pick out the best parts while editing. So remember when we did the interview, I had Carl say, or I said as well, what question it was and what take it was. That way it makes it easier now to kind of tell where one take ends and then the other one begins. So you're not guessing the whole time. So let's start from the beginning. Now you can see that this is kind of small, but to enlarge it, all you have to do is, make sure this whole box here is selected and just press the equal sign to enlarge it and the minus sign to decrease the size. So let's enlarge it and let's start here, right here. Hook take one.
Hook take one.
Let's see what this is.
Hi, my name is Carlton Dennis, and I help everyday taxpayers avoid paying taxes legally.
Okay, so let's see what this is here.
Hook take one. Hi, my name is Carlton Dennis, and I help everyday taxpayers avoid paying taxes legally.
Okay, good. Let's see what this one is.
Peace. Hook take two. Hi, my name is Carlton Dennis, and I help everyday taxpayers avoid paying taxes. Intro take one.
Okay, so most of the time, the last take is going to be the best take, so I'm going to use that for the hook here.
Hook take two.
Let's start it after that. Let's select the in point.
Paying taxes legally.
Okay, and then the out point. So now you can take this part and drag it in. Keep existing settings. Remember, we filmed this in 4K, so you can change the scaling after all the video clips are in order, in the order that you want. So let's keep going here. The next part that we need to get is the intro.
Intro take one. How I built my sales career.
Okay, that's take one.
Intro take two.
Okay, that's take two.
Intro take three. As a tax strategist, I have built my intro take four.
So this is going to be the good intro. Place it in here. Okay, good. Okay, by now you got the picture. I'm going to just do the same exact process for all the other sections of the interview, and I'm going to add them into the sequence. Okay, so one cool trick is that instead of adjusting the scale of each of these clips individually, you can actually copy whatever settings you have on this clip throughout all these other clips. So for example, let's copy it, so Command C, and then now let's highlight these clips, right click here and paste attributes. Okay, so you can see that the motion is checked right here. So whatever the motion settings are for that clip, it's going to transfer over to all these other clips. So in this case, the only thing we changed is the scale. So once we press OK here, you'll see that all these other clips have the same scale as the first clip. So now let's play it back and see how it flows.
Hi, my name is Carlton Dennis, and I help everyday taxpayers avoid paying taxes legally. As a tax strategist, I have built my career by following wealthy entrepreneurs and implementing their success habits into my daily life. Instead of keeping this information to myself, I decided to share it, and this form of radical transparency has led to my success as a tax strategist as well as a real estate investor. I spend my time now educating real estate investors and business owners on how to leverage the tax laws to offset their income in combinations with their goals and visions. My success habits stem from those I follow, such as waking up at 4 a.m. to work out. I wake up at 4 a.m. because I believe in pushing my body to its limits right in the morning, doing the hardest thing I possibly can right at the start of the day, so that when I'm faced with difficulties when I get into the office, I have the mental toughness to handle those problems. I have established awareness to time management and other success habits that you can implement into your daily life. As we pursue this journey towards financial freedom, I promise to hold you accountable to your success habits. I plan to be your guide as you remain steadfast on building wealth in today's day and age. I'm Carlton Dennis. Let's begin our journey today.
So you can see that this is the rough cut of the interview, and you get a general picture of how it's going to flow. Now, I like how it's set. I'm just going to make some minor tweaks, between these transitions here, to make sure that it flows, it sounds fluid, and there's no small pauses in between. So let's start right here.
Hi, my name is Carlton Dennis, and I help everyday taxpayers avoid paying taxes legally.
Okay, so you can hear like a little click here. Let's cut that. Now you can see that you can delete this space just by highlighting the space right here and pressing delete, and that automatically brings these two clips together.
Legally. As a tax strategist.
Okay, so see how fluid that sounds?
Paying taxes legally. As a tax strategist, I have built my career.
Okay, so now let's move on to the next clip.
My daily life.
Okay, so there's a little bit of pause there.
Into my daily life.
We can cut that.
Instead of keeping this information to myself, I decided to share success habits into my daily life. Instead of keeping this
okay, that sounds good.
As well as a real estate investor.
Also keep in mind that you can increase and decrease the size of your timeline to see more details if you need to, just by simply pressing the equal or minus keys on your keyboard, while also making sure that your sequence box is highlighted. I'm going to be doing the same exact process for each of the cuts in the timeline, making sure that there's no long pauses and everything flows. So now that we made sure that the interview flows, the next thing we can do is actually make sure the audio between the cuts sounds fluid. So for example, if we listen to this one.
I'm Carlton Dennis. I'm Carlton Dennis. I'm Carlton.
So you can see, or you can hear that there was like a little bit of a
day and age. I'm Carlton.
Little snap. It didn't sound as fluid. That's just because there's a hard cut here. So what you can do is, I'm going to press Option and click on the audio part of this clip. So if you press Option and click on either let's say the video side or the audio side, you can actually choose each individually and then from there edit it. So for example, for this one, I'm going to expand this a little bit so I can see the audio wavelength here. Okay, so I'm going to decrease this here.
I'm Carlton.
So now you can hear that there's no like little snap or whatever that sound was.
I'm Carlton Dennis.
So it's cleaner now. Let's go back to this one.
To your success habits.
As he was about to speak, it was kind of, the breath was kind of cut off here. So
success habits.
So same thing, Option, and then click on the audio.
To your success habits. I plan to.
There we go.
As we proceed.
So I'm going to go through the rest of these. For the most part, they sound good in between the cuts. But other than that, if you want to fine-tune the audio in between these cuts, feel free to do so. You know, one thing I notice here is that there's a trash can. It's not that big of a deal, but it's always good to be aware of the surroundings. Now, the good thing is, me filming in 4K, the clips are bigger. So I have more leeway to adjust the clips while still keeping the quality. I want to take that trash can out. The best way to do that is just to enlarge the scale a little bit. We're going to go to effects here. To enlarge the scale by hand, all you have to do is click, hold down, and drag left to right. Okay, let's see, 55. Yeah, that's better. So now you can't see it. Now let's do that for all the other clips. Copy it. Okay. Good. Now that we edited the interview together, the next step is to check our audio levels.